Right guys, so I'd done a quick review of the Dallara IR18 in RFactor 2, and I thought, well, I'll jump into a sim with an equivalent car, well, equivalent-ish. So this is the RaceRoom take on the Dallara, which is the IR12, I believe. So this is the era just before the IR18. So we don't have the halo, we don't have any of that stuff. But it's a modern sort of Indycar. So I wasn't overly impressed with the force feedback in RFactor's version. So I thought I'll take it on to RaceRoom, and I've just done an outlap, a scope lap, just to kind of see what the car is like. So I'm going to do maybe 2 hot laps at Indianapolis again, same as I did in RFactor. Now we're on the road course layout, so it's slightly different layout in the midsection compared to the RFactor one, but it's going to be the same. And what I'm after, really, why I'm doing this, is just to test the force feedback and what I can do with the car with the information I'm getting. And I can tell you already that the feedback to the wheel in this is similar in the sense that the Indycar itself feels kind of dull-ish at the front, right? So that was one of the gripes I had with RFactor, was that there's a lot of stuff going on, like curves and ground effects and all that stuff, but very little in terms of the actual force feedback effect. However, that also seems to be present in RaceRoom, but having said that, I am actually getting a lot more detail as to what the car is actually doing, or well, a bit more usable, put it that way. It still feels dullish, it's still a bit sluggish at the front in terms of the sharpness of the corrections, right? When the car goes light to understeery versus just light through to lack of downforce. But it's more usable. It's definitely more usable, and it's a bit more noticeable as well in RaceRoom. So effectively what we're left with is a force feedback that, although it feels similar to RFactor, it's actually a lot more usable. And to be perfectly honest, and again just my opinion, it makes the driving experience more enjoyable. Now, I wouldn't claim to be a RaceRoom like pro or anything like that, so I'm just driving this as just for, like, you know, fun, casual sort of open wheel indie experience, and kind of looking to do a bit of offline racing in a few different categories of car. And the World Touring car has kind of got my attention as of late, as anyone that watches the channel will know. But I've also been looking for my IndyCar fix, because I watch IndyCar in real life as well. And yeah, the IR18 in RFactor, I would still drive it, of course. I mean, it's the new IndyCar, but I have to say, this car gives you a bit more usable input through the steering wheel, and less of the noise, and just the more I drive it, the more confident I'm getting with it as well. And it feels great. It feels really great, I have to say. The high speed, like this type of speed, you'll notice that the steering wheel gets really, really heavy. Just obviously with downforce going over the car. This is both enjoyable and fast. And although it feels a little dull, like that dullness on the front that I spoke about, which is also an RFactor, it's not dull to the point where it's vague. I think that's something that RFactor was kind of bordering on that line of being dull to the point where the feedback was a little bit on the vague side. So, we'll finish this lap, we'll have a look at the replay of the last lap or two. Yeah, very impressive. So let us have a quick look at the replay. Yeah, really, like, just, you know, it just drives that bit better than the RFactor one. It's a bit more detail through the force feedback, more usable detail. And one thing I've always said about the RFactor feedback was it was very heavy in terms of, like, if you hit a curb or you interacted with the road, you know, the bumps, there was a lot of stuff, a lot of jolts going on. to the point where I had to put the damping up on the DD2 wheelbase, which was fine. But with this, I'm running the damping at 0 on the wheelbase, and just whatever setting is in game, like whatever the default is, haven't really touched it. And out of the box, the only thing I've had to adjust on RaceRoom is just the force feedback overall values for one car to the next. What I mean by values is, like, some cars will run the gain at a factor of about 1.5, other ones maybe 1.8, so it's only a very, very small kind of window that I would operate in, just to get the car feeling a bit more realistic, but in terms of the actual forces coming through the steering, Indycar versus Indycar in this versus the other sim, this is a better drive, in my opinion. There's just more useful stuff going on, and as a result, you're able to actually enjoy the car. You can feel what's happening, wrestle it a little bit, and you're not guessing. Although it's dull, you're not guessing. It's dull, but it's not absent, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, if you have RaceRoom, give these a spin, and I'd love to know your opinion as well. Thanks for watching.